and welcome to Talk of the Town. You know who I am. I'm Karen Bukes, and I'm the host tonight. We have a full house tonight. We even have an audience, and I'm really excited about this show. So let's get going and acknowledge one of our underwriters, Jeff Cohen and One Stop Painting. They do it all. Great Plymouth Company. Brewster, PC Solutions with Wrestling Brewster. He has a show right here on PAC TV. Tune in, Wrestling with Computers, very informative. Another underwriter, I'm getting them all out of the way in the beginning because this show is going to be really good. David and Kevin Gallerani, they own Cape Auto and Cape Service. Locations are Samoset and Sandwich Street, right here in Plymouth. Now, you know you can call us, and Mary Ellen, I know you're out there, so get on that phone later, all right? 508-830-3971. As I said tonight, we have a full house. We have 4 great guests and an audience. Our good friend, Randy Parker from the Sims House Foundation is here, and from the Knights of Columbus, St. Bonaventure Parish, Michael Gaffey and Kevin Regan, and author of many great books, of which I have here, and we're going to discuss Taylor Nash. Is that Taylor's real name? Taylor Nash. So please welcome Randy Parker, Taylor Nash, Michael Gaffey, and Kevin Regan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us, Karen.
Wow. Look at you all.
Always a pleasure.
Honestly, now we'll get this out of the way. It's the Sims Foundation, not the Symes. We found out, right, Randy?
That's historically accurate, yes.
Yes, and so now we say Sims. And I think we started saying that in the very, very beginning and just fell into Symes, and now we're back to Sims. But I don't know how we're going to start here, but I would like to start with Taylor Nash. Welcome, Taylor, and I know you came from out of state.
I did.
To be here. And you have some wonderful books, of which she gave me, cookbook, and these wonderful stories, but primarily you're here for Wicked Moon.
That is correct.
Tell us.
Okay. Well, I am Randy Parker's sister, and when I came to visit Randy after they had found the Symes house, I looked at that and I said, you know what, this would be an incredible, make an incredible book. So those thoughts in my mind as an author started running rampant, and that was my decision. And more than anything, this was an adventure that I could do with my brother and his family, one that was very dear to his heart. And it became very dear to my heart as I started working on this project. And the profits from the novel Wicked Moon will go back to the Symes Foundation. So,
that's so generous.
Well, it's a small price to pay for this kind of adventure. I mean, a journey that we rarely get to take in life, to be part of something so huge. And if I may interject at this time, I would just like to congratulate the Symes Foundation for the incredible work they have done. When you, on my website, I looked at the first picture I took of that house, and then I was just here this summer, and I took the second picture, and I look at those side by side, and it gives me goosebumps. It's so overwhelming, the amount of time and energy they have spent on this project. So a big applause to not only the foundation, but to all the volunteers as well. So I just feel very blessed to be part of this adventure and a small part of it.
That's wonderful. And so this Wicked Moon is the name of your book.
Yes.
The author is Taylor Nash.
Correct.
And sometime next year it'll be out.
Yes, yes.
And maybe we can have you back then.
Oh, I would be honored. I would love to.
And
I'd love to.
but you also brought some things that we can put up on the screen, and you can describe
Oh, I would love
what
to,
we're
yes.
going to be seeing. Jimmy, can you get those ready? First, the book cover, and let's see if people recognize what this book cover is.
Oh, I am so excited with this cover. First of all, I have to tell you, a local photographer, Amy Davies, she did this book cover for me. And did she do a phenomenal job on this?
She did.
We still are going to be adding in, a few finishing touches, the name and so forth. But I wanted you to see the real picture of what Amy did. Amy spent a lot of time on this cover, and all of that time was donated on behalf of the Symes Foundation. So she did not charge, which she was so sweet, and she just put so many hours into this. Thank you, Amy. I hope you're watching tonight, but we could not be more thrilled with the way the cover turned out.
And that's the house.
Yes, it is.
And with a little Photoshop, we have the water in front of it and that big old moon, and I'm surmising it is a wicked moon.
Yes. And that kind of leads me a little bit to, this is a contemporary romance.
Thank you, Jimmy.
It has mystery, intrigue, a little bit of paranormal, and I will tell you, it is a work of fiction, which means this is, even though I've used the Symes house as the backdrop, and a lot of local businesses have been very kind and are allowing me to use their names in Wicked Moon, because I want people that live in this area to read this book and go, whoa.
So the connection is there.
Oh, yeah. It's
aside from the house.
Oh, yeah. It's about Manomet. It's about this community, this great community.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so I think when people read it, but they have to remember, this is a work of fiction. The story is my imagination, and I have a great imagination.
Well, you're related to Randy. You would have to have a great imagination, right,
exactly.
Randy? Comes by naturally.
Yes.
You notice she talks a lot.
I do.
Yeah, well.
And
It runs in the family.
I've got to tell you, Karen,
Yeah.
that Kay really is smarter than I am.
I'm-
And you know how come?
No.
She went to kindergarten twice because I wouldn't go without her.
Yeah, you'd have to bring that up.
She loves you.
I do love him.
Oh, my goodness. Your mother made her go twice with you.
Yeah, she went 1 year with me. She didn't make her.
Yeah.
I mean, Kay went of her own accord.
Oh,
Yeah.
But she's
that's
had one more
wonderful.
year of education
Yes.
Yeah.
than most normal people because of me.
Yeah.
You know, but I see the resemblance. I hear it. I can tell you came from the same place.
Yes.
And but you're Illinois.
I live in Champaign, Illinois.
Yes.
Yes.
And let's see now what else that you brought.
Okay.
The trailer.
Yes, this is exciting.
Okay.
And I have to say that this is the first time anybody has seen that's the cover. There should be the book trailer that goes along with this.
Right.
Hopefully we'll have that up in a minute here.
He's looking for it.
Okay, that's fine.
So this is a whole trailer on.
On Wicked Moon, what happens is you do a book trailer, it's only about a minute and a half, but it has music, it has pictures from the house, and photographs that were taken. I'll put the music and a little bit of script.
Okay.
So,
Does he have it?
Yeah,
It's
It's
coming. It's
loading.
rendering.
yes.
All right.
It's so fantastic, it takes a while to load. Let's put it that way.
Oh, he went to.
I'll tell you what.
What?
While you're waiting for the clip, why don't you introduce everybody else?
There we
and
go.
we'll-
Okay, I did that already. You were busy, but
Oh, yes, it's true.
you also gave me a cookbook of your family recipes. I can't wait to try them. This is
Yes.
fantastic.
This one.
Really can't wait to try this.
Okay, intro the clip.
Oh, okay, we're ready for the clip.
Wonderful. here.
Okay.
First of all, the book trailer was designed by Christine Nelson of Nelson Interactive.
Okay.
Photographs that you saw in here of Ida and Kristen were donated by the following people: Graham Custard, Sean Sweeney, Steve Cooper, Tracy Marino, and the models also donated their time to the Symes Foundation. So all of this project was donated by people on behalf of the Symes Foundation.
Everybody loves
Well, it's
the house
Yes.
and the community coming together.
right.
Which leads me into these two gentlemen right here from St. Bonaventure's Parish, Knights of Columbus, very community oriented.
Yes.
And please tell us what the Knights of Columbus has done for the Sims House Foundation.
Well, over the years, as the tree has been part of this whole Manomet Christmas experience, Christmas tree lighting, we've been helping by providing the lighting for it, getting it decorated, having the sort of the Christmas Carol gathering experience there, getting a little hot chocolate going, and making sure that we have some kids around to help us all have an excuse to be kids.
And when's the next lighting?
This traditionally it's the day after Thanksgiving, so there we are again, November the 29th, this Friday, and down at the Sims House.
And we've partnered with the Knights of Columbus. It really is their event. They've been doing it all these years, and we didn't discover until we moved the Christmas tree down to the new Manomet Commons that it was the Knights of Columbus doing this.
Yeah.
I haven't known anything about the organization. I thought they came over on the Santa Maria. I find that we have some common philosophies, and they do an awful lot for the community.
They do.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's just really nice to see
Yeah.
people
Thank you.
coming together, helping people. And to develop that sense of community and the Christmas we have in Manomet. I believe there were literally hundreds last year. You guys had a tough time
think
keeping up
so,
with
yes.
the cider or the hot chocolate?
Yep.
Well, you know, that's very special about Manomet. I wouldn't live anywhere else. It is a sense of community in Manomet, really tight-knit. And we care about all the sections of Manomet as one, and we help each other. And the Knights of Columbus has a wonderful reputation for
thank you very
helping the community and out of St. Bonaventure's. And by the way, that church is to be commended.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, and I think the church is, it's most unusual because I was kind of involved as it went through its political process
Yes.
in town hall, and I discovered that the parishioners did that. Manomet
Yes.
did that.
Yes.
I don't know that the Archdiocese had a whole lot to do with helping you. And
From what I
We will
heard.
refrain from comment for political consideration.
but to see something like that going on while the Sims House is developing and the Manomet Commons is growing,
And so many things, yeah.
St. Catherine's Chapel Park has appeared, and that is one beautiful pastoral place.
A
And
good potential for that to happen through the benefit of the Sims Foundation.
well, it's that's up to the grantor, but we
Yeah.
stepped up to the plate, and then it's beyond our control after that. But really, these guys, Kay and I, are here together tonight because of the effort to improve the quality of life in Manomet and the fabric, the continuity, getting along.
Yeah.
So it's effort, and I appreciate what these guys have done. I was just You know, it was so cool. The Knights of Columbus.
The night, well,
are
they
they?
do. I mean,
What do they do?
forever, for years, since I was a child. I mean, and growing up in Hyde Park, Knights of Columbus
Oh, sure.
was
Yep.
very strong in there. Very
Oh, yeah, the city, sure.
Catholic community, and so they all. I'm going to ask my husband to do something. Ken, would you go into the booth and see if you can get that music for that trailer?
It played on the air, you couldn't hear it in the studio.
Oh,
go.
wonderful,
Okay.
wonderful.
Oh, I wish you had told.
That's what I was, that was.
Okay.
It's another testament to the power of faith.
Okay.
Being
Great.
told again in my ear, it played.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Fantastic.
I've heard of live
fantastic.
TV. I never heard of deaf TV. Hey, anything with you, Kenny.
Great.
We count on it.
Down now. That's positive.
You know, to get back to you, Taylor.
Yes.
Ida K. Miller,
Yes,
alias Parker.
yes.
Now you have other books here.
I do.
The Apparition,
Yes.
The Uncharted Depths.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about these.
Well, there's kind of a real love story behind.
You're a romantic, aren't you?
Well, very much so. But there's more than that, Karen. There's kind of a story behind my romance novels. My husband was one of my biggest cheerleaders.
Oh.
You know, it's one of those things that you wait till you get older and you think, oh gosh, I wish I would have done this when I was younger. And he said, oh, you can do it, you know. So I start writing and I'm working really hard on it. And then we got devastating news that he had cancer and he had 3 to 6 months to live.
Oh,
So,
so sorry.
anyway, so this has been like 9 years ago. So what I decided to do, because he was my cheerleader, I really wanted to have a dedication in my novels to him, and I couldn't get it done in time. So what I did is I went ahead and did my cookbook, Ida K's Favorites, and I get you the picture here. I was able to dedicate the novel or my cookbook to him before he passed away.
Oh.
So that's kind of the backdrop of my love story of my novel. So it took me about 3 years before I could pick this novel up and start working on it again, because Uncharted Depths takes you from Illinois, where I live, to Gulf Shores, Alabama. And again, it's a romantic suspense with mystery, intrigue, and a little bit of a paranormal flair. So, you know.
Runs in the family.
Yeah, it does.
The mystery, the intrigue, or the paranormal flair.
All of the above. All of it. So anyway, so that's kind of the love story behind my novel. So it took me, after he passed away, about 3 years to get this one done, and it took me another few years to get the Apparition done as well. So it's just, you know, it's been kind of a wonderful journey, because it's something I love to do. It's so addicting. The characters do things.
They have their own voice.
They do, don't they?
Yes.
You said that you've written a
Yeah.
little bit, and they do. And I was so excited, because as I was finishing up parts of this, I mean, I'm still in the draft stage of it, but my characters did something over the weekend I didn't expect them to do. And something else happened that came to kind of fruition on Monday.
It's really wild the way that happens.
Oh, it is. So I love doing this, and Wicked Moon will always be special in my heart because of the circumstances for it. So,
Are you going to have a signing at the Sims?
Absolutely.
Now
But they
that's
won't
when
have me.
she comes back for that
Yes.
signing. We can even go to the house, film her
Aw.
with the signing, and then have her here and show that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be
And we
nice.
just, because again, the profits are going to the Symes House, I hope we can sell tons and tons of books.
Well,
So
we'll
buy the books
advertise it.
Yeah, when they come out.
Yeah.
So that would just be so spectacular.
We'll,
If I may, just
Yes.
to give it a plug, I liked the Apparition, really the better of the two.
you did?
Yeah, it's got more sex in it.
Oh, dear.
And as she has evolved her writing. It's gotten better and better.
Yeah. She's enjoying it
She
now.
knows the page numbers. I don't know the page numbers for that stuff.
Oh. So did you read this book to the wife in bed?
No way.
No?
I wouldn't read it to my kids either.
It's there.
So it's worth buying.
Oh, wow. I can't wait.
She read it to herself.
Now, I'd like to show the photo, Jimmy, of the Symes house with the new tree.
Oh.
And he's so cute.
Oh, yes.
Oh, isn't that
Yeah.
wonderful?
Meet Bart.
Yep.
Bart.
Now, how'd you come by Bart, by the way?
Bart was donated by the Bruce Bartlett family.
Aha.
Mrs. Bartlett, Brenda Bartlett, in memory of her husband, Bruce, and all those others who have gone before with love to Manomet.
Nice. Excellent.
Beautiful.
We had been instructed by the arborist not to exceed a 3-inch caliper
What does that mean?
diameter of trunk at the base.
Okay.
And so he's about 6 foot tall and maybe 5 foot around.
How quickly will he grow?
Well, they tell us a foot to a foot and a half a year. He's an
That's
Abbey's
great.
concolor, which in lay terms is a white fir.
A white fur.
But he's a beautiful little tree, and we love him, and new generations get to do a new thing with Bart, and we're grateful to the family that stepped up to the plate.
Absolutely.
and,
Thank you so much.
Helped us out.
Yeah, and I think
Helped out Manomet.
ironically, if I remember, were you there, Kevin, when the original tree went in on State Road?
You could
it was-
step over it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
So
he only
it
had
really
2 or 3
is all
pine
over
needles.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he got his name.
Yeah.
You know, so
And years later was 30, 35 feet tall.
Yeah.
So
we'll have the
it's a
same
nice
problem with
opportunity.
Bart. We'll
Yep.
have to prune him back to avoid the lighting methodology of hiring one of those aerial lifts.
Yeah.
We could borrow one from your church.
At least for a little while yet.
Now, do you have to feed that tree? I know you've watered it and...
All he needs is water and love. He's had his fertilizer when they put him in.
Yeah.
Katsura Gardens.
Oh, sure. Up on 44?
Yeah, Mrs. Bartlett found Bart and fell in love with the tree, says, this is the one.
Yeah,
And Kat
so
Sora
cute.
was kind enough, the Gallant family, to donate the transportation and installation. And Ian Gallant, the son, did most of the work.
Yeah.
And
He's loved.
there he sits.
Bart.
So Bart, we hope Bart does well this year and enjoys himself.
We won't need a lot of lights this year. Yes, it'll be much easier.
You
But
know-
fill them up with lights. I
Yeah.
mean, blazing.
We just
Lots of room in the yard around it.
There you go.
Yes.
You know what
Yes.
else is significant, I think, about the tree too? It's also a symbol of renewal and growth for the Manomet community.
Yes.
That's a good point, Kevin.
Absolutely. That's a good way of thinking of it.
What was really interesting last year for Christmas in Manomet and the tree lighting is it was a transition year. And we were going from Charlie Brown up by Luke's to Charlie Brown down at Manomet Commons. And we go to light the tree. And we go to get the lights from the town. There were only 300 feet of lights, and we needed 600
Yeah,
feet.
Right.
The Knights of Columbus stepped up
Yep.
and provided 300 feet more
That's a lot of
of
light.
Yeah, that's-
LED 7-watt cool white, way
Yeah.
cool white. And you
So
know,
now we need Bart to grow because we got to
Now
use
we
up
gotta
all of
do
these
all
lights.
these
well, we have other things we can do with the
doubt.
lights. So you've heard of a wedding planner. This year, the Symes House has a Christmas planner volunteer, a revered decorator. She's got some great ideas as to how to stage the event this year. And
Nice.
we'll see how that goes. We're hoping for a dedication. I know that the Bartlett family might want to say a few words. I would, of course, like to say a lot, but not many people want to listen to me anymore. And if we can convince Father Ken to stop by,
Oh.
That would be fabulous.
a blessing might get him started off real well in his new home. But we're really looking forward to it.
I am too, and my sister and brother-in-law are coming from Bourne. They saw it on Facebook because I shared it, and Mary Ellen puts it up, and I take it, and a lot of other people see it, and they said they want to come. So, because, you know, we've been here 40 years. My sister was here every summer, and she loves Manomet.
Yeah.
And so she wants to come, and I think that's great. And will the ornaments be there?
They will.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I can't believe we didn't bring any ornaments.
You have them already?
We have the prototypes.
Okay.
It's just gorgeous. It's the mansard section of the roof in 3D. It's gold-plated.
Say that again, Randy. What is it?
The mansard roof section
Oh,
of the
okay.
house.
Yes. All
I'm
right.
sorry,
That's
I probably
great.
said that incorrectly.
No.
But it's 3D. The dormers are in relief. The Widow's Walk is there. It's a very nice production. We've always used Vermont designs for the 3 ornaments in the series.
Okay.
We have some Charlie Brown, now memorial ornaments left from last year.
Yes,
And
I have those.
these are a limited
Yeah.
quantity, of course. We've got a couple of hundred of them. And excuse me, sir?
No.
Are you going to discount the old ones?
No.
They're collectible now.
Oh, no.
They're
That's
collectible.
right.
They're worth more money.
Yes.
Flip it over.
They're like Kenny. The older it gets, the more it's worth.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Give out the phone.
830-3971. Come on, give us a call, please. But okay, so the ornaments are there, and we can purchase them there.
they're not in yet. They're still being made, but we
Yeah.
expect to have them in time for the tree lighting.
Okay.
They will otherwise be available at our virtual store online
Yeah.
at simeshousefoundation.org.
Yeah.
And
Symes House Foundation.
Sims House. Look
Sims, I know.
It's one thing to tell my brain to do something. It's another to get my tongue to cooperate. I'm
Sims.
trying, Kenny. I'm trying.
Say it again.
Sims
House,
Foundation. SimsHouseFoundation.org.
and that's where they can order.
They can order the ornament online. They can also join for a simple $25 membership, $45 if you're a family. You get 2 votes.
Oh, I paid tonight, Mary Ellen. I upped my dues.
You overpay.
Yeah, the problem is, Mary Ellen, she gave me the check.
It's made out to the foundation, Randy.
And we also have corporate sponsorship for $250 for you corporations out there that are looking for major deductions. We're a 501c3, and we appreciate it, all the help we can get. So
Now, you've been inside. You've all been inside.
Yes.
And so tell our audience what's going on inside now.
nothing.
Oh, okay.
The exterior is just spectacularly finished. The contractor, Verika,
Beautiful.
the building committee, Will Shane, Jeff Metcalf, Jim Pearson, Jim Hoagland, all the people that have worked on it, more so than me, candidly, have really kept it together. We are, I think, literally days away from having interior construction plans that can actually go out to bid.
Oh, good.
Once that happens, we've got to look at the gap that materializes between the money we have
Yeah.
and what it's going to take to do a great job. Figure it all out, and it'll get done. I always hope, as I did last year, that the Sims house will be ready for Halloween. We'd like to release her book about Midsummer. Maybe July 3rd when you come out to party. That would be a good time.
Yeah.
And we'll get you down for that occasion, and away we
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
But we can't wait. It's a really exciting project, and it's we hope so good for Manomet.
Are any materials and such labor being donated for inside, or does that have to be done all at once by professionals that?
I think that's a possibility, but to date, Verica has supplied all of their own people,
Yeah.
and they've done all of their own work. Most of their people are not subcontractors, but directly under Verica's umbrella, and they've just done such a good job that we would like to see them have opportunity to continue with the inside.
We
So-
watched them. I mean, we would drive up and just sit there for a few minutes and watch them work. They were so professional, and they did a fabulous job.
Oh, yeah.
Fabulous job.
And you know, they helped the Knights of Columbus and the Sims House Foundation take the lights off of the tree.
Right.
The town put the lights on.
Yep.
But Verica brought their lift over and very kindly
Yes, that
took
was.
the lights off. So
Now, is that tree out far enough that we can get behind it to decorate it?
this tree is located utilizing the experiences we had with the
Yeah.
last tree. You couldn't get
Yeah.
a lift
Easily,
truck around
yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
this one you'll be able to. So we hope we've addressed that.
Good. It looks it when you look at it. I mean, it looks far enough to grow. How tall will it become?
Depends on how long you want to hang around. I mean, at a foot a year, if you don't prune the tree, my understanding is the tree is likely to get 50 foot tall.
Wow.
There are other species of
Wow,
white
that's
fir that get even taller. I don't believe we need a tree that tall.
No, no, no.
So we'll have to engage some professional pruning. John Scagliarini has always helped with that. And he'll be attending to Bart as he did Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Now, we were going to have a gazebo out there. What changed? There's something that changed?
We have a historic landscape architect by the name of Martha Lyons, and she's come out with a final concept plan that tries to mimic the architecture that went with the gentleman's farm at the time. So
Okay.
you're not going to see an octagonal gazebo there. You're going to see a rectangular building, a barn stand, so to speak.
Oh, nice.
For performances and events and concerts and stuff like that.
Finally, you know, for years, like I said, we're here 40 years, all you heard is Manomet should have a green. Manomet should have a green. And people were yearning for it. They just didn't know where to put it. There was talk at one time of taking down the library or whatever and putting it in there. And I mean, when this came up, and Randy picked up the phone. I mean, he worked fast. And we're town meeting members, and I got a phone call. Karen, do you know anything about? And I said, gee, no, I don't. He says, well, this is what we have to do, A, B, C, D, E. And I'll meet you on town meeting floor. And I want you to do this, I'll do that, and let's get it going. And that's exactly what happened.
We're gone.
Yeah,
It's still going.
yeah. Now, what is your title at the Sims Foundation?
On my second term as president.
Yes, second term. And I'm so proud of you.
Well, I just want to be around long enough to see us get an occupancy permit. Feel like I've met my obligation to town meeting and the town of Plymouth, and then somebody else can take over and I'm going to rest.
They might not want to let you go, Randy.
Well, that's been addressed in the bylaws. We have term limitations.
Oh.
So you get 2 3-year stints.
Oh.
And take a little time off and introduce some new blood and ideas, and we'll see how that works out.
But you'll always be a member.
I reckon so.
I reckon so, Randy.
I think that's likely.
Yeah. God, I mean, please. So, and now what about this camera club that was in there? Did you have a camera club in there?
Kay can help me with this
Yes.
because her tongue works better.
Plymouth Digital Photography, I think is what they call the group.
Plymouth
Yes.
Digital Photographers
Photography.
Club. Yeah.
Where? Oh, the club.
Club, yeah.
Yeah.
And I happened to be lucky this summer when they came and did another shoot at the house using Ida Parker and Krista Nora as models, and those were some of the pictures that you saw in the book trailer.
So they came in.
They
and took-
came in, you know.
That's what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
I think they've come in several times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amy Davies has just been so kind and helpful and generous with the Sims Foundation because she's brought in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of desperately needed dollars.
Oh, that's
Folks
Yeah.
in that they have
wonderful.
700-800 members, and you know they'll pay to come in and take pictures of the house. We've even had a request to could you leave one room unfixed? You know, we like all this peeling stuff and such. But
Oh, sure.
you can imagine the response to that.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Send them to the basement.
Yeah.
But that's just the sort of help that we need, and they've really stepped up, and Amy's been great. The whole club has been fantastic. Caused no harm. Cameras are nonviolent, and they're just great people.
Oh, so will they be there taking photos, the tree lighting?
It's a fine question.
I would suppose that would be the case. I'll leave that to Amy.
Yeah.
The other thing that's going on is the holiday house tour.
Oh, yes, it
We'll be
is.
stopping by this year. We're on their route, a drive-by opportunity. They'd originally contacted us regarding adding the house to the tour, but you know, they go into nice, new, meticulously maintained, which we're not.
I think, though,
houses.
Randy, I think it would be a wonderful addition. And to get it all decorated like that, I bet it would be on the holiday house tour.
Well, and it will be. They're
Right? Don't you think so?
They've asked them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're hoping that they do, in fact, and the plan is for them to come by and photograph the exterior.
Yeah.
Our Christmas planner is going to do a period of significance Victorian scheme, so I don't think
Oh, I
you'll see a
love
lot
that.
of gaudiness.
No.
I've heard or overheard.
No velvet ribbons.
I can't speak to what there will and won't be, you know.
I can't stand them.
We'll let Elizabeth know that. My philosophy is this, Karen. If somebody comes along
Yeah.
and they're generating a great level of enthusiasm
Yes.
and they have a vision and they want to help, let them go.
Yeah, well.
And it really should be phenomenal because Elizabeth Sullen just has great taste.
Yeah, oh,
And
I'm
she
sure.
does beautiful work, beautiful crafts. So we're looking forward to seeing the Holiday House Tour come through. It's also the 150th, somebody might know what to call that, the sesquicentennial, who knows, the 150th anniversary of the house. So
I
maybe
have an
we'll
idea, Randy.
do a
What about
proclamation.
this? Yes. What about this? Sometimes, maybe for that centennial or thing special like Holiday House, I don't know where to get them, but if we have a seamstress to dress in the period clothes.
You would look good, Karen.
I'm thinking of you.
I'm not buying one. I'm not
No,
wearing one.
your top hat and tails.
I won't shave my legs.
Yeah. I wasn't
not
putting
gonna
you
do
in a
it.
dress, Randy.
Oh, well, who's going to wear this Victorian dress? If not you or I.
know your board members and your family. And
That's a great idea.
I think that's great.
We'll get some wardrobe and we'll get some volunteers.
Absolutely.
That's a good idea. So
Yes,
Yeah,
on
it's-
those tours.
it's just going to be
And charge $10 to come in.
no
way.
This is free.
Yeah.
The Knights of Columbus
Yes, I know.
have
Yeah.
always had it that way. That's the way it's going to stay. It really is their event. We're combining what they've done with where the tree is at to make more of Manomet.
That's right.
Now,
Very well
I'd
said.
like to talk a little bit about the park because it is a beautiful park. And way back when it was first on the radar, for whatever reason, the town, it's not that they didn't want it, they felt they couldn't maintain it. And I found that out way, way early. And we tried every way to Sunday. I talked to all the selectmen, the town manager, and they weren't budging. So when I got up to speak at the selectmen's meeting, that the town should not, because they said quite loudly they couldn't afford it. All right. It was Selectman Tony Provenzano that thought outside of the box. And he was the first one to suggest a nonprofit maybe could step up. Oh my God, I loved that idea, and I thanked him right on camera. I thanked him for thinking outside of the box, and didn't know who would. I thought that perhaps Dessau's group or Christine Bostick's group or something like that, they would take it over because they're the ones in essence that actually got together to build it. So what happened, Randy?
The request went out for a nonprofit. There was a meeting that followed where no particular interest was expressed by homeowners associations. Jeff Metcalf and I, who both have worked with the donor, thought that this would be a very viable addition to making Manomet a better place through the Sims House Foundation. Excuse me, Kenny.
He wasn't paying attention.
Went through some mechanics pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Took a vote to negotiate with Good Properties Realty Trust and informed the selectmen of that. There may still be other groups interested. Nobody's quite sure how it's all going to land.
To come together.
But,
Will there be parking?
There will be parking.
That's
yes,
great.
One of the compromises we were able to strike that the selectmen didn't have the benefit of considering was, as you see downtown, a 2-hour visitor parking.
Yeah.
In the event of events that may not apply. And that, I think, was one of the biggest deals.
That was a deal breaker, no parking.
Yeah.
Because the Manomet Master Plan calls for all such things to have parking because you want your community to go and be able to rest there. Oh, yeah, participate. Yes. Yes, Michael. So, so the selectmen weren't able to negotiate for that, but you are.
We're negotiating for St. Catherine's Chapel Park.
Yeah.
One thing has occurred to me, though. However, might the church want it back?
I wouldn't be the one to ask.
Talk about the can on that.
Wouldn't that be a hoot?
You never can tell.
It's true.
But
It's very, very true.
You've got to look at what goes on there, Karen, because you can walk down White Horse Road, or not me. I pull in my truck, and so I can't park there. I can't park a lot of places, and I take my wife's little dog around, and there is a couple sitting in the back. The guy in a wheelchair, his wife, and the son. Mary Ellen had run into a guy there praying. It's very pastoral.
It is
in
pastoral.
its layout.
Yeah.
And it's a comforting, comfortable place. And I think that the community will take better care of it than the town might.
Sure.
Do you think people will step up that wanted the park originally to mow the lawn and such?
Well, we hope so. The concept is that the St. Catherine's Chapel Park has its own committee. We don't want to detract from the focus on the Sims House and the Manomet Commons.
I
but
agree.
we do
Yeah.
want to hold on to our mission statement and the goals and objectives of the Manomet Village Master Plan
Yeah.
that looks to create fabric in the community and continuity and to bring folks together. So you've got that loop that everybody walks and runs and pedals and such, and a bike rack at the Sims House, one down by the Mermaid on Taylor Ave, another one on the St. Catherine's Chapel Park. The Moose will probably let people stop and rest, but there's a whole pedestrian accomplishment, so to speak, with adding that to the mix. And, you know, it's a stepping stone to other improvements. So it's
Yeah.
quite encouraging. We do hope that the grantor thinks we are worthy, but that's not up to us.
Well, I commend you for stepping up, and I commend the foundation for stepping up.
It was some pretty quick work.
It was pretty
Again.
well again.
But, you know, opportunities don't last long.
Yeah.
Windows open, windows shut.
I have a question.
You have a question, you'll have to come closer.
Randy, part of the problem with the town not wanting the park was the maintenance and upkeep. There was $100,000, I believe, that was set aside to take care of the park.
90.
Yeah, you already got 10 grand?
I'm wondering.
There's only $90,000 left, Kenny.
90,000, okay. But that money was projected to last 4.5 to 5 years. Are the Sims House, or is the Sims House Foundation planning on getting grant money to keep the park maintained?
No, not yet. I think the $90,000 will get stretched as far as it can be stretched. I believe after that and the Sims House is operating, our original budget estimates indicate that we're going to have surplus revenue. And our obligation with that surplus revenue is to farm it back into the
Into the
village.
community, yeah.
Boardwalks, maintaining a park, lights for the Little League, whatever. So we want it to be not only self-sufficient, but as benevolent as the Knights have been putting their resources in the community. Because, you know, it's really all about people helping people, because the government is not going to take care of us entirely.
No?
I had heard that.
They're the last people that are going to.
You know, so
Yeah.
Thank you, Randy.
you're welcome. So
Yeah.
it ought to work out fine, and we hope it increases our member base, and we hope it draws Manomet closer together.
You know what, Randy? Like the Knights of Columbus, the Lions also donate much to the community. Jimmy happened to be in the emergency room today at Jordan Hospital. He sliced his finger. And there's a brand new 50-inch television in there by the Lions Club. But I happen to know, too, they do a lot of donating to the community charity work. And I would like to see the Symes Foundation come up, apply for some of that money when it's time, because they are so generous, as the Knights of Columbus. You have generosity, unbelievable. I mean, thousands upon thousands of dollars they give. And I think that's a good idea.
Well, that's a very good point. I sat down with Steve
And the
Trifletti.
Rotary, yes,
Yeah.
to do the same.
I sat down with Steve Trifletti at
Good.
Metro's Cafe regarding funding, because he's had so much to do with what was the Jordan Hospital.
Yes.
And how in the world do you raise that much money? How do you go about it?
Yeah.
You know, what's with all the plaques on the walls? And he's given me a lot of information, a lot of leads, a lot of contacts to the organizations that you mentioned and others. Like everything else, I just need time to go there.
Yes, I know.
but that's okay.
Remember, we have a
time.
standing joke. Clone me. When you find out how to clone me, we're good.
That's good.
There are some nights that Randy has to be at 3 meetings, or I have to be at 2, and and until I had to put the brakes on and beg, and they were so wonderful. Some of these committees, they changed their night, so we can partake in these things, because there's just so many people in this town that do the heavy lifting. Everybody just doesn't volunteer. I wish they did, but they don't. So we have to work around that. And we do, and it's a great thing.
But it is a great thing. It seems like the most capable people that have the least time are the ones that get the most involved. So I have a question for Kay, if I may.
Yes.
How long does it take to get through this prologue?
Oh, about 5.
Oh my goodness!
About 5 minutes, we're fine. I mean, this is by far more interesting than the prologue.
You know what?
I don't know.
You guys should have remembered. Go.
I did.
We just have 5 minutes, so.
Give the phone number and then get going.
Okay, 830-3971. Don't call because they're going to be reading. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, you
This
start.
is the prologue of Wicked Moon we thought we would share with you. That's going to make you want to read the rest of the book. So Randy is going to portray the captain. This takes place in Manomet, 1884. Randy's going to be the captain, and I'm going to be Belinda, his daughter, and we're going to read the script.
Okay, go.
No, Father, I will not give up my child, Belinda Eldridge exclaimed.
Yes, you will, young lady. There will be no bastard child raised in this digging, regardless of what your mother said. You will not keep this child. You're nothing more than a strumpet, Captain Eldridge retorted as he treaded behind her.
She stomped out of her grandiose, eloquent bedroom on the second floor of the family's mansion, down the mahogany trim curving staircase with her father on her heels.
Where do you think you're going, Belinda Ann? He yelled in his guttural voice from the top of the imposing staircase.
Her trembling hand glided down the banister, her lean body not able to keep up with her fast-moving feet. She stumbled on the last wooden step, trying to reach the glass doorknob on the towering wooden double doors before her father caught her. As the bulky door swung open, the November crisp wind seared her face and pricked her moist eyes and cheeks, even though the weighty pink flannel robe covered her expensive linen and lace nightgown. I'm trying to hurry. The air flowed around her, chilling her to the bone. Or perhaps it was the fear of her father and what he might do to her and her unborn child. She dashed across the damp lawn barefoot, not noticing her toes were taut from the bitter cold. Her father's labored breathing closed in. He was right behind her.
Belinda, stop! His deep voice clamored.
The thorny wild rose bushes caught her thin nightgown as she tore across the lawn, tearing shards off. If she could reach the bluff and get down the rickety, steep wooden steps, he would never find her in Joshua's special meeting place amongst the dense trees. The oversized moon filled the evening sky and was the largest she had ever seen, as though the man in the moon was reaching out, yearning to help her escape her father. Coughing, crying, and winded, she stumbled over a large branch that had fallen from a 200-year-old oak tree that inhabited her father's 175 acres on Cape Cod Bay. Hands and knees soiled and bloodied from the spill, she fled with renewed intensity, her father within 10 feet. She reached the uneven bluff covered in foliage. He cut her off from the stairs. There was no place to run. She turned and faced him. Father, you can't take my baby away from me. Joshua's coming back. We're going to get married, you'll see. She desperately pleaded through tears, choking on defiant words. Captain Eldridge stopped in front of her. He placed his large hands on his knees as though to support the bulky weight of his breathing, sending puffs of mist into the frigid air.
No, he's not, Belinda. He's nothing more than a no-account mudsill. His boat sank in that nor'easter 50 miles out. He's dead, and you can't raise this child alone. I forbid it, he bellowed as he gasped for air.
this is your part.
You and the baby will be a disgrace to this family. She distracted me. You will go to a home and adopt this bastard child out. This is Sam Hill's work.
The wind picked up, swirling pesky locust plants at the 80-foot bluff, some striking her bare legs as though needles. Yes, he is, she wept. You're lying to me. You would do anything to keep me away from Joshua. I know you would. Mom said she would help me. She took a step back as her father approached, dizzy and unsteady. Her left foot slipped on the moist locust.
No, Belinda, no, her father shrieked as he extended his long arm.
She reached out, his large hand inches away, her body tossed back. You.
No, please God, no. The desperate tone in his voice echoed as she fell backwards, away from the bluff.
With a sense of timelessness and suspended animation, she descended as the wind whirled around her, as though trying to soften her fall. The radiant full moon illuminated the sky. Speckles of stars dotted darkness. Crashing waves on the jetty below echoed in her ears. Her nightgown flapped in the wind as her petite body made the descent, her back facing the ground. She swathed her arms around her extended abdomen, holding her precious baby. She wailed silently within, but was peaceful, not fearful of her impending death. Instead of seeing the man in the moon, Joshua's face appeared before she hit House Rock.
Oh my goodness.
So this is the prologue, and then you have to buy and read the rest of the book.
And
that starts in the contemporary
She fell
stage.
off of the point.
Yeah, she fell off the bluff where...
The bluff.
The
There
bluff.
is a House Rock.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody in Manomet knows it.
Oh dear,
cool.
I can't wait for this to come out.
Oh, yes. I can't either.
Tonight was so much fun and
Thank you very much.
so
Thank you
interesting.
for having us.
And no, thank you. No,
Enjoyed
wonderful. Kevin and Michael from Knights of Columbus, St. Bonaventure's Parish. Ida K. Miller, but Taylor Nash, The Wicked Moon, and of course I love Randy Parker.
I just want to say I love my sister and what she's doing to help us. God bless her.
Yes, God bless
She's
you. Thank you
fabulous.
so much.
Me.
Now, next week, thank you so much for tuning in. And this is my audience coming in. They're so cute. I can't find the end of the show, but next week, we'll see you in 7.